Day 5 and my shins look like they picked a fight with a machine designed to shred grass and lost badly. They're bruised, scraped, and sore in that deep, annoying way that reminds you of your mistakes every time you move. A weighted jump rope slamming into your shin bone is a very specific kind of pain that feels personal, like the rope is mad at you. I counted out of disbelief and frustration and realized I'd hit myself 47 times in one session. 47. This was supposed to be cardio, not a full contact endurance sport. I stood there staring at the rope, questioning my decisions and my sanity, wondering how something so simple turned into an ongoing assault. If you've ever underestimated a workout and paid for it immediately, hit like, subscribe for more honest fitness stories, and share this with someone who thinks cardio is easy. Here's the truth I tried to avoid for a long time. I'm strong, but my conditioning was embarrassing. I could do 18 clean pull-ups without much trouble, yet 5 minutes of steady cardio had me completely cooked. My lungs felt useless, my heart rate spiked instantly, and my energy vanished fast. I hated cardio because it exposed that weakness every time. Treadmills bored me, running hurt my joints, and bikes felt endless. But strength without conditioning is a trap, because the moment fatigue shows up, everything falls apart. I knew I needed to fix it, even if I didn't want to admit it. That realization was uncomfortable, but necessary. And if you've ever felt called out by your own lack of conditioning, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who avoids cardio too. Jump rope seemed like the perfect solution. It was simple, portable, and used by athletes who never seemed to gas out. I watched videos of people floating effortlessly, barely leaving the ground, breathing calmly like it was nothing. I genuinely thought I'd figure it out in a few minutes. Reality showed up immediately. Jump 1, the rope smashed into my feet. Jump 2, same thing. Jump 3 barely worked, and jump 4 failed again. I reset over and over, changing timing, jumping higher, swinging faster, swinging slower, but nothing clicked. The rope felt invisible and unpredictable, like it existed solely to sabotage me. 10 minutes in, I was sweaty, annoyed, and already questioning the purchase. If you've ever believed online videos too much, smash like, subscribe for more reality checks, and share this with a friend. Eventually, I switched to a heavier rope, and for the first time, something made sense. The extra weight slowed it down just enough for me to feel where it was in space. Suddenly, I could predict its movement instead of guessing. I managed 15, then 20 jumps in a row, and that tiny win felt massive. Riding that confidence, I decided to attempt 5 minutes nonstop. 30 seconds later, I was completely done. My lungs felt like they had been removed without notice. My chest burned, my breathing collapsed, and I bent over gasping, wondering how something this short could feel so brutal. That night, I literally dreamed my lungs quit on me. If you've ever been humbled by 30 seconds of effort, hit like, subscribe, and share this pain with someone else. The next morning, soreness hit everywhere I expected, but also places I didn't. My calves were sore, my ankles tender, but my shoulders were on fire. My forearms tight and my upper back aching. That made no sense. Jump rope wasn't supposed to feel like an upper body workout. I filmed myself and immediately saw the problem. I wasn't rotating the rope with my wrists at all. I was swinging my entire arms like a malfunctioning helicopter, shoulders doing all the work, wasting energy every single jump. No wonder everything hurt. Once I fixed that, keeping my elbows closer and using my wrists, it felt awkward but instantly better. My shoulders stopped burning and the movement felt smoother. If bad technique has ever wrecked you, hit like, subscribe, and share this lesson. Days 3 through 5 taught me another hard truth. I was jumping way too high. Every jump looked like I was trying to dunk a basketball. The reason was fear. When my timing was off and the rope hit my shins, it hurt badly, so my brain decided jumping higher was the solution. It wasn't. Those big jumps burned energy fast, spiked my heart rate, and destroyed my endurance. Once I learned you're supposed to barely leave the ground, maybe an inch at most, everything changed. I practiced tiny hops without the rope, which felt silly but effective. When I added the rope back, my jumps became efficient instead of explosive. If you've ever worked harder instead of smarter, hit like, subscribe, and share this. Rope length turned out to matter more than I expected. Too long, and it bounced back into my shins. Too short, and it clipped my feet. Once the length was right, shin hits dropped dramatically. I still wasn't good, but I could jump longer without feeling like I was being punished. 2 minutes no longer felt like death. Progress was slow, but noticeable. That's when I realized how deceptive jump rope really is. It looks easy, but every detail matters. Rhythm, timing, posture, efficiency, all of it. If you're learning something new and it's exposing weaknesses you didn't know you had, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's starting too. By day 6, I could manage 40 to 50 jumps before tripping, which felt like a victory. I still tripped more when I got tired, which told me fatigue was killing my coordination. Naturally, I went looking for answers online. Tutorial after tutorial flooded my brain with cues. Elbows in, wrists relaxed. Jump on the balls of your feet. Breathe rhythmically. Engage your core. Stay upright. Stay loose. Suddenly, I was thinking about 7 things at once. The result was worse performance. I'd freeze, overthink, and trip instantly. Ironically, when I got exhausted and my brain shut up, I actually jumped better. If overthinking has ever made you worse at something, hit like, subscribe, and share this insight. Days 9 through 12 were about letting go. I stopped trying to fix everything consciously and just jumped. No checklist. No commentary. One session, I realized I'd been jumping for over a minute without noticing. That had never happened before. The movement felt automatic instead of forced. My breathing was steady, my calves weren't screaming, and the rope moved smoothly. That feeling showed up more often over the next few days. 30 seconds turned into 45, then a minute, sometimes more. I wasn't good, but I wasn't terrible anymore, and that shift felt huge. If you've ever gone from awful to acceptable and felt proud, hit like, subscribe, and share this moment. Days 13 through 17 felt like progress stacking on itself. I could jump 2 to 3 minutes continuously with both feet together, and for the first time, cardio didn't feel like punishment. That confidence led me to try alternate foot jumping, the running-in-place style that looks smooth online. It was a disaster. I couldn't get 10 jumps without tripping. The rope clipped my feet at weird angles, and my timing fell apart. Worse, when I did get a streak, I started drifting forward across the room. I didn't want to stop because it took so much effort to get there, so I just kept going, awkwardly traveling like I was failing at a moonwalk. If regression has ever frustrated you, hit like, subscribe, and share this pain. This phase tested my patience more than the beginning. Failing at something new after feeling competent hurts differently. I kept practicing, kept tripping, and kept wondering why this felt impossible. Then I came across a suggestion that sounded insane. Stop looking at your feet. Stop watching the rope. Look forward. My first reaction was disbelief. How could I time the jump if I couldn't see the rope? It felt dangerous, like jumping blind. But desperation beats pride, so I tried it. If you've ever ignored advice because it sounded wrong, hit like, subscribe, and share this before you do the same. For 10 minutes straight, I forced myself to look forward. My brain screamed that it was wrong. Every instinct told me to look down. Slowly, something shifted. I stopped seeing the rope, but I started feeling it. The rhythm moved from visual to internal. I could sense when the rope passed under my feet without watching it. Suddenly, alternate foot jumps started working. 20 jumps, then 30. Even better, I stopped drifting across the room. Everything felt smoother and more controlled. That one change unlocked the skill completely. If one small cue ever changed everything for you, hit like, subscribe, and share this. From there, progress accelerated. Basic bounce felt effortless. 5 minutes was easy. Alternate feet became smoother every session. My breathing stayed controlled instead of panicked. For the first time, I actually looked forward to jumping. It wasn't something I forced myself to do anymore. It was something I wanted to improve at. That shift mattered more than any physical change. Enjoyment breeds consistency, and consistency changes everything. If you've ever started enjoying something you used to hate, hit like, subscribe, and share this win. Days 25 through 30 brought dangerous confidence. I felt untouchable. Basic bounce was automatic. Alternate feet flowed naturally. I jumped longer, faster, and more relaxed than ever. That's when I went looking for advanced skills. Double unders caught my attention. The rope passing under your feet twice in one jump looked impressive and fun. I assumed it wouldn't be that hard. That assumption lasted about 5 minutes. If overconfidence has ever humbled you instantly, hit like, subscribe, and share this moment. I spent 20 minutes attempting double unders. Out of maybe 100 tries, I landed 2 or 3. The rest were trips, mistimed jumps, and awkward resets. But something was different this time. I wasn't discouraged. 30 days earlier, I couldn't jump 10 times without stopping. Now I was failing at advanced skills with an understanding of why. That perspective mattered. Failure didn't feel like proof I was bad. It felt like proof I was progressing. If your relationship with failure has changed over time, hit like, subscribe, and share this. Physically, the changes were undeniable. My cardio improved dramatically. I could jump 10 minutes without feeling like I was dying. Alternate feet for multiple minutes. Recovery between strength sets improved noticeably. I wasn't gasping after pull-ups anymore. My legs looked more defined, my ankles felt stronger, and my movement felt lighter. But the biggest improvement wasn't visible. It was confidence in my conditioning. If better cardio has ever made you feel more capable overall, hit like, subscribe, and share this realization. Better conditioning made every workout better. I recovered faster, pushed harder, and felt more in control of my sessions. Fatigue no longer dictated my performance as much. Jump rope stopped being just cardio and became a foundation. It supported everything else I did. That changed how I viewed endurance training completely. If you train for strength and neglect conditioning, learn from this. Hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. One of the biggest lessons was humility. Jump rope doesn't care how strong you are. It exposes coordination issues instantly. It punishes inefficiency. It demands patience. That humbling effect was uncomfortable but necessary. It reminded me that mastery starts with sucking and staying anyway. If something simple has ever humbled you more than something complex, hit like, subscribe, and share this truth. Another lesson was patience. Progress wasn't linear. Some days felt amazing, others felt like setbacks. Skills came and went depending on fatigue and focus. Learning to show up without judging performance was part of the process. Consistency mattered more than perfection. If you've struggled with ups and downs in training, hit like, subscribe, and share this perspective. I also learned that less thinking often leads to better movement. Once the basics were in place, my body performed best when my mind stayed quiet. Flow couldn't be forced. It happened when I stopped micromanaging. That lesson applies far beyond jump rope. If you've ever experienced flow, hit like, subscribe, and share this insight. The shin pain faded. My calves adapted. My ankles strengthened. What once felt brutal became manageable. Pain shifted from warning to adaptation. Listening to my body without babying it was key. If you've pushed through adaptation without being reckless, hit like, subscribe, and share this. Jump rope turned cardio from something I avoided into something I enjoyed. That alone made the struggle worth it. Enjoyment made consistency automatic, and consistency delivered results. That formula applies everywhere. If you found a way to make training enjoyable, hit like, subscribe, and share this. 30 days ago, I thought jump rope was just jumping over a rope. Now I know it's a skill that challenges rhythm, coordination, and conditioning all at once. It humbled me, frustrated me, and improved me. If your perspective on a skill has completely changed after trying it, hit like, subscribe, and share this. If you try this, expect to struggle. Expect to trip constantly. Expect sore shins and bruised ego. That's part of the process. Around day 18, something clicks. You stop forcing and just jump. That moment makes all the frustration worth it. If you believe progress hides behind discomfort, hit like, subscribe, and share this. I'm not a master, and I'm still learning, but I can breathe now. I move better. My conditioning supports my strength instead of limiting it. Jump rope didn't just improve my cardio, it changed how I approach training and failure. If this story helped you at all, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it, because I want to see you struggle too.